Well, hey guys, it's Jasvinder, and it's interesting. I had a whole talk planned about how to get shit done, how to be some kind of superhero, and frankly, it felt a little bit inauthentic. It felt a little bit like that's not really where my head is at. That's not really what I've been dealing with. Yes, I know a lot of tips and tricks, and yes, I do them, and yes, there are results that validate them in my own life, but that's not what's on my mind. What's on my mind is that life can be really hard if we don't allow ourselves to be wrong. Life can be really hard if we don't differentiate between taking responsibility and taking blame. You know, in my own life, what I've seen is that growth is on the other side of owning up to a lot of mistakes. Growth is on the other side of doing things differently. And doing things differently means the way that you and I do what we do is not taking us towards where we want to go. Or it's taking us there slowly, or it's taking us there at too great of a cost. There's a famous quote that pain is the currency of transformation. Spend it wisely. That pain will change you, pain will teach you lessons. But are we making these lessons harder than they need to be? Are we essentially clinging to suffering? Are we hurting ourselves and the people that we love because we just are unwilling to change? We all want better for ourselves. There's not one of us that doesn't want a better life, to be a better person, to see somebody nobler, stronger, more sort of stoically self sacrificing in the mirror. We all want that for ourselves. There's just no question about that. But the question is, are we willing to part with everything that we're doing that is sabotaging those efforts? And in my own life, I've seen myself reach for better and get into better jobs or better relationships or better circumstances and yet remain unwilling to change, yet remaining unwilling to part with the negative thoughts, the negative beliefs, the sense of victimhood. This has just got to go. It's got to go. And when you upgrade your surroundings without upgrading your thinking, what ends up happening is you just inflict nothing but pain on yourself and the people in your life who represent these positive changes, because you can't reconcile the person you see in the mirror with these new and good and better things around you. And it can be very destructive. It can be very destructive, and I think everybody knows what that feels like. So, what do we do about it? I think what we do about it is simple. We just let it go and say, okay, I was wrong. I was wrong, and keep the focus on the present. See, responsibility is in the present and the immediate future. Blame is fun. Blame, judgment, and condemnation and things like that of that sort are all in the past. Most of us are unable to change our behaviors because we just feel so bad once we realize how we've been acting, what we've done, how we've hurt other people. The right person is not going to tell you that just to punish you. The right person is going to tell you that because they're giving you a chance to make a choice for the future, chart a better course for the future. But it starts with owning up to it now. And that is the last thing in the world the ego wants to do. The ego just wants to use shame and guilt and embarrassment as a smokescreen for facing the truth. Facing the truth and choosing differently when that fork in the road comes your way once again. That fork in the road is coming your way all the time. And you have the chance to be honest. You have the chance to have compassion, to have empathy. You have the chance to put your own needs aside. You have the chance to focus on the moment instead of focusing on how do I want to be perceived right now? How do I want others to look at me? How do I want to sound? What do I have to say? We always have the chance to part with our selfishness. But to be ashamed of our selfishness is nothing but an obstacle. So what I want to tell you is it's incredibly hard to retrain yourself to take that focus away from the small self, the ego, the pain, the shame, the guilt, the embarrassment, the sense of condemnation, the sense of the past will just never leave me alone. When you bring your attention into the present and you can feel that tugging at you, especially if you're very emotionally temperamental, which is something I relate to quite a bit, you can feel it tugging at you, insisting on insisting that you go into these feelings of negativity. But if you just force your mind, actually force it, yes, force it into the present, focus on what must be done, focus on what must happen next time, and just taking steps to handle it the next time, and using every kind of reminder or every mnemonic device or even just a post it. Like, if you're going to be on the phone with your significant other, just stand somewhere with a big bullet point list of what to do when he or she says XYZ thing, or you always say the wrong thing. Make it easy. Make it insultingly easy. Make it so easy and hand yourself your best answers on a silver platter in a way that actually insults your intelligence. Because guess what? The intelligence that we've been running around with, it's been causing all these problems. Yes, go ahead and insult that intelligence, please. It has to be on some level demolished. And I think we will all see progress. I've seen a lot of progress in just even recently with this kind of approach. Just saying, nobody can do this work but me. And at the end of the day, I do want a better life. I do want to make better choices and be kinder to myself and allow myself to part with these negative feelings and to move forward. So this is a bit of an unstructured talk compared to some of the other ones, but I hope this is hit at the heart of the matter. I hope this serves you. Please share it around if it does. And again, my name is Jasvinder, and thank you for your time, and we'll talk again soon.